Hi, I'm Ryan from Team Apollo. In this study, we evaluated Pebblar, an itinerary planning website for travellers that like to pre-organise their travels and trips. We recognised that there would be many new users to the site, as planning trips is not exactly the most everyday thing to do, leading to all of our participants being completely new to the site, and putting an emphasis on discoverability and learnability in the study. The inherent complexity of itinerary and travel planning also meant that the navigation of this trip planning process is quite complicated, and so the navigation process is also emphasized. Two main online studies were prepared, one on Chalkmark and another on Loop 11. Using Chalkmark, we tested the aforementioned discoverability and navigation of the website by getting participants to click where they would start performing both common and suspect tasks on the website, and provide feedback on this experience. The second study was an unmoderated Loop 11 study to get participants to run through the basic tasks of Pebblar, signing up and organising a simple trip, to accurately replicate them actually using the website for the first time. Participants would then ask their feedback on each task, and finish the study with a standard SUS questionnaire. Now, although this unmoderated study allowed us to enlist many participants, very few participants left much qualitative feedback, so we aimed to triangulate data using two additional methods. One, a moderated think aloud study, running through the same study with 3 new participants discussing their interactions in real time, and a moderated retroactive think aloud study with 2 previous participants, where they discussed what they were feeling while seeing screen recordings of them completing the tasks. The primary findings of the study were separated into 3 distinct themes, aligning with our initial objectives: discoverability, the navigation of the planning process, and the overall summative experience. Let's begin with the summative experience. So the website was deemed useful and purposeful, and users found that it had a very good visual design. C11 especially remarked that it looks super cool. I think this is something that I actually really want to use instead of just keeping notes everywhere on my laptop or phone. However, the overall perceived usability is low, with an SUS score of 55.75 from 10 novice users. This is much lower than the baseline SUS score of 68. This can only be improved by addressing the specific underlying user issues that led to this result, but as our entire study was made up of new novice users, this shows that specific attention should be made to improving their experience. So why was the SUS so low? What were the specific issues? That brings us to our second theme, discoverability. Participants found Pebblar to be cluttered and overwhelming, with many remarking that there were too many buttons, such things to click on, and it was very distracting and simplicity would be appreciated. So our main recommendation is to streamline the structure of the planning page with 2 symmetrically sized columns on either side of the map. This allows the Places panel to expand down into the same column in a simple linear fashion that doesn't expand over the map in a haphazard way. Additionally, participants also had difficulty finding the button to add a stop or restaurant or hotel. Only 7 out of 14 participants in the Chalkmark study were able to find the button even with the sign here. But then, when the task was repeated later on without the sign, only 6 were able to. We recommend that this button be replaced with a prominent floating action button, simply with a plus on it, attached to the Places, Restaurants, Hotels, etc. panel, to bring it consistently in line with the web standard that new users expect and recognize. This is heavily intertwined with our final theme, navigation of the planning process itself. Most importantly, Pebblar is definitely not designed for mobile, with tiny buttons and windows cut off. The participant that attempted the Loop 11 study on mobile was unable to complete almost half of the tasks. Ideally, we would recommend to optimize the website for a mobile experience, but we recognize that Pebblar already has a mobile app that users can utilize. Instead, we recommend that the website only be accessible on desktop or tablet devices, and to redirect mobile users to the app so they are not scarred by the interface. These are the highest priority findings, but further findings and recommendations can be found in the full study of the Pebblar itinerary planning system.